Emma Frost and Rogue and Magneto and what looks like to be an organic version of the villain from Monsters Inc.
For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a video that I've never done before. Actually, I don't think I've ever done a sort of trip summary, commentary, vlog, whatever you want to call it. And basically, as you saw in the thumbnail and the title, I went to India and I went to Dubai. Now this whole trip lasted, I think, I want to say 12 days. And you know, obviously for us it was something special because it was the first time going overseas with my family. Of course, for those of you who may know, back in 2023, I went to Netherlands, Paris, and Berlin. I don't know. Look, it's going on 3 years. Okay, leave me alone. But that was with my school. And of course, you know, now school's done. And I went with my family. And this was just, honestly, a trip that I was sort of dreading, to be honest, because I have, of course, seen plenty of videos online and stuff of India, and I honestly didn't even think that roads existed there. And look, I know that it's sort of become a thing, like on the internet, just to crap on, like, to laugh at like poorer countries. But I think that it is obviously, it's bad, especially if you are simply just watching videos being like, oh my god, this place is so rubbish. If you haven't been there, I think that you are in no right. You're in no right to be able to criticize said country. But yeah, I didn't enjoy India. I went to Delhi and I went to Rishikesh, and you know, I guess, okay, count Agra. Okay, we'll get to it. But I just want to sort of start this off with the beginning of the trip. And you know, thankfully, now I have a laptop. But I've had it for like a year, but still I have a laptop, so I can actually look at what I'm talking about now. So on the 2nd of January, we went to Dubai, right? So this was obviously a connecting flight. Okay, we didn't go to Dubai first. That was the very, very last thing that we did. And of course, since that's the most exciting thing, I'll leave you in anticipation. But basically, the flight from obviously, South Africa to there is a long ass flight. So I was, talking to my cousins and my sister and stuff as to what to watch, and the conclusion I came to was watch Harry Potter. So on the plane, basically every single plane ride throughout this video, I was watching a Harry Potter movie. So of course, was doing that, and it was a long and tiring flight, but getting to Dubai was awesome. It is such a beautiful airport. Oh my god, I absolutely love it. It is such a stunning airport. Even just looking at it in these pictures, man, this is like another world. It truly is. So yes, absolutely loved it. And even waiting for the flight to go to Delhi, if you looked outside, you could actually see the Burj Khalifa, and that just made me so excited and yet so annoyed, because of course I was excited for the Dubai part of the trip, and just seeing it there, I was like, oh, for frick's sake, man. But then obviously we had the flight from Dubai to Delhi, which definitely is a shorter flight, like 100%. And I'm gonna be honest with you, going from the Dubai airport to the Delhi one, that was an experience. Look, obviously I don't want to sound mean about it, right? But going from the inside of the airport to outside, it was like going from like the normal world to hell, because it smelt like a pile of shit. Again, in a nice way. But yeah, that was something. Immediately we saw dogs running everywhere. It smelt really strange. Although to be fair, when we were waiting for our, I forgot what you call the thing, the freaking like taxi looking thing, while we were waiting for that, for them to load the luggage and all that, there was this guy that just came and gave us the free marigold, like the garland. So that was cool. I mean, obviously, as I'm talking, I'll play, I'll put, pictures up, and, if the video has useless commentary, then I will literally just be playing it over like clips talking. So yeah, that was that. I mean, one thing I will give India is that they do have some pretty cool street art. I mean, we have that in South Africa too, but it's like political stuff. Here, pretty cool things, and I thought that my commentary going under the bridge was very important in this moment. But immediately when we left the airport, we had a driver, okay, and this driver was with us throughout the whole trip. Not the whole trip, the whole Delhi part of the trip, and Rishikesh, I guess. And my God, this was the most painful thing I've ever had to experience in my life. We had to get to the hotel, obviously, right? This man drove in circles around the hotel 3 times. It's as if GPS is useless, because he got off so many times just to ask for directions.
And the driver left to take a piss. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Because I remember
This guy,
That's the mall there.
I remember
this
seeing
mother-
those balls.
the dog is wearing clothes. Brilliant. And he left us again.
But you know, that being said, once we get to the hotel was very nice. I really liked the hotel. But look, we stayed in Delhi for this night. This would have been the 3rd of January, right? So we stayed there, and then we were going to go to Rishikesh for however many days it was. I don't know. I'll look at the pictures. But basically, this one night in Delhi, we sort of just left a decent amount of stuff here, because of course it was going to be the same room and stuff. But I just want to take this moment just to talk about Delhi, because the best way that I can describe this place is Gotham City. Now, the reason why I say that is because of all of the smoke and the fog and the shitty air quality. Like, I'm gonna put pictures up. Obviously, you know what Gotham City looks like. This is literally what Delhi was. It was absolute hell walking on the streets. And, you know, that brings me to another topic of discussion, that being the AQ, right, the air quality. And this was something that I only just discovered when I went to Delhi, because every time when I would look, like, you know, well, I don't know how it works on, you know, Apple devices, but on Samsung anyway, if you go to like the news report stuff, this time it had a little thing saying AQI, like 500 or whatever it was. And I googled, I was like, what is AQI? It said air quality index, and then it had like ranges. It had like 50 to 100, mildly dangerous, like 200, you know, like be cautious or whatever. It didn't even have the air quality that we had, which I think was like 250 or 500, 400, whatever it was. And my God, I googled what does AQI of this mean, and it just said deadly, extremely hazardous. And I was like, oh my freaking God, I'm not making it back to South Africa. And you know, that being said, basically my whole family got sick at least once on this trip, and that is entirely because of the air quality of Delhi. And it really is something. And you know, I'll put a picture up of the main part of the mall, and the mall is kind of cool. It is just a bit confusing as to why you have to go downstairs and sort of go outside to get to a place where you can buy food. And when I'm talking about food, I'm talking about like normal food, like fruits, vegetables and stuff like that. And I don't know why this is. There's only one place, so yeah, you know, there's that. But anyway, regardless, stayed there for one night. Then we started going to Rishikesh. Oh boy, and on this drive to Rishikesh, we encountered something which is obviously pretty famous about India, and that being the roads. Now, of course, in the giant, well, not giant, but like in the big like quantum taxi thingy, we didn't really notice it that much because we were busy talking to each other. Here though, oh my God. Look, we were in the same vehicle, but this time, you know, we were like, okay, cool, let's look what's happening outside. Oh my God. I'll just play the clip, okay? Just here.
There's 3 supposed lanes, but there's 5 rows of traffic. The road markings are merely suggestions. Oh, the driving here is crazy. There's no such thing as rules on the road. We are now on our way to Rishikesh for a 6-hour drive in this mist. Oh my god. Oh, we're gonna die.
And this is what prompted my uncle, who, I mean, obviously, you know, any of you who, those of you obviously who, you know, like dads, uncles, whatever it is, those of them who have a wit will always come up with crap like this. This is what prompted my uncle to come up with TTG, Take the Gap. This is basically how you describe the Indian driving, because the lanes mean nothing, and if you want to move over and you see a slight gap, you take it. And that is exactly what goes on the Indian roads, and it is fucking hilarious purely because he brought that up. And I don't know why, I just found that so freaking funny.
That's like the one saying we've learned from India. Take the gap. India described as one sentence, take the gap.
And then obviously, you know, halfway through we did take a stop, and it was this cute little I don't even know what you call it, but it was obviously like a halfway point, you know. Whenever you're going on a road trip, there's always these places in the middle of nowhere. And this is exactly what this was, you know. There was a McDonald's, there was a cute little bench for Ronald McDonald, which is the first time I've ever seen this guy in person. And yeah, you know, there was a cute little water display. It was all very nice. So yeah, that I will say, very, very nice. Now, the reason why we actually did end up going to India was, well, for my family anyway, it was more religious reasons, which I won't get into here. Now, I myself am not a very religious person. I say that I'm not a religious person. I'm not knowledgeable on religion. So basically, I just do whatever my family does. Like with prayers, fasting, whatever. I just listen to my mom and sister, and they just tell me, because I don't know shit. I don't know when it happens, so I just do what they do. But that is why I was mainly concerned about Rishikesh, because obviously they are a very religious place, and that means that there is no meat in Rishikesh. And my heart sank when I heard that, because obviously I know this is gonna get taken out of context, and to the person who does that, fuck you. But I love my meat, okay? I can't deal with vegetarian stuff. And I guess, you know, that's why I was worried about this place. But, you know, I will say, the hotel we were at, there was a restaurant at the top, and they had like the most amazing garlic naan known to mankind. It was amazing. So, you know, that place, really freaking good. Wasn't complaining about the food whatsoever. And to be honest with you, despite the takeaways and stuff being in Delhi, I think that this place had the best food. So that was absolutely incredible, because, you know, for me, I had to, you know, for me to like vegetarian stuff, it needs to be like amazing, like 10 out of 10, phenomenal, perfect, you know, better than Gordon Ramsay would ever give you. So that was really special. So yeah, it was also in Rishikesh when I found out that the swastika wasn't entirely a Nazi thing. Yeah, I learned a lot on this trip. I'm telling you, I learned a lot. So yeah, this was obviously all the fort, you know. We had the prayers and stuff down by the river, and, you know, even as someone who doesn't enjoy prayers at all, it was kind of cool to watch. And then the next day, which was the 5th, we were basically just sort of exploring, and then we ended up having even more prayers, you know, that night. So basically, all until then, we were sort of just walking around the city. And, you know, there was this really awesome bridge.
This is the most chaotic bridge ever. This middle bit is only for people. That's for bikes, that's for bikes. Oh, yep, there we go. There is nowhere to go. Absolutely ridiculous. What a A beautiful bridge. Hehe, monkey.
And you know, about 5 seconds after I stopped recording this video, this exact same monkey jumped to the other side of the bridge and yanked my mum's hair. So I mean, that was kind of fun to watch. It's a shame I didn't get it on video, but you know what? It was entertaining. And sorry, mum, but no sacrifice, no victory. I mean, this really was the city where they established the pecking order as far as the driving goes. Obviously, you know, I spoke about it on the way to Delhi in that segment, but here they really established it. So basically, at the top, you have the motorbikes, right? The motorbikes, the cyclists are top priority. If you are a pedestrian, you better get the fuck out of the way for this, because they are coming through. Then second, I would say, are the tuk-tuks, right? Because that obviously is essentially your taxi in in India, right? So there's that. Then third, I would say, are the pedestrians, right? The people who are just walking. And then last is undoubtedly just any cars, like sedan, like 4x4, anything like that. Trucks are completely out of the question. Anything like that, anything on 4 wheels, done. Okay, completely done. Zero chance. And obviously, this was absolute hell for me, this whole session, because I hate clothes shopping. And my mum and sister were going out looking at different clothes and stuff. And I had to walk like 4 roads twice looking for them. I had to go to every single freaking clothing shop trying to find them. So that I didn't enjoy, and they didn't really seem very sympathetic towards me. So I was like, you know what? Screw this.
This is like the average experience at Rishikesh. There's not even any cars on this road yet, but it's mainly just bikes.
I was also drinking a bottle of water, and I dropped the cap, and the cap landed perfectly on my pants. Yes, this I thought was, you know, worthy of taking a picture of. The boys will understand. So then on the 6th, we ended up going across a cable car to this temple. Now, I don't know what the temple is called, but it's like the wishing temple or, you know, something like that, where basically they give you a string, I think it was, and you tie your string around this one pillar and you make a wish. Now, that is basically all I remember about said temple, apart from the fact that one of the priest guys stole some of our stuff. In Rishikesh, obviously, you know, in the morning, it is, of course, very misty, and unlike Delhi, it's not poisonous air.
Wee. Misty.
Although I will say, by far the best thing about being in India as opposed to South Africa is the temperatures, because of course we are not like you Americans where, you know, we have a white Christmas. Hell, in my city it doesn't even snow because it's so hot, and it was just so nice to be away from this blistering heat which I am currently experiencing at this very moment, and being in like 10 degrees weather. Oh my god, it was just, it was so beautiful. And then on the 8th of January, to be honest, I don't really even have that many pictures here, which is kind of sad.
Something that I forgot to add in was that we went river rafting in Rishikesh, and that was, you know, a lot of fun. We were barely in the water half the time, so my cousin and I were struggling to row because, you know, we were in the air in the rapids. And as you can see in the picture, we ended up going in the water, and I thought I was I thought I was being holy and everything, so I drank like a liter of Ganges river water. So how I didn't get sick, I don't know.
But the most notable thing that happened is that I went to the Hamleys. The reason why I say Hamleys is because my room is bigger than the Hamleys in the Delhi Mall. It's pathetic, really. And to be honest, I don't really know what's stopping you from stealing stuff, because it's in like 2 segments. There's the part with the cash register and stuff, and then there's just a separate part of it that is literally just a room. So I don't really understand that. But yeah, I got this McFarlane's Toys Batman. So there you go. It cost me 1,000 Rand, which is like $60 US, but I got it. And then comes probably the most exciting part, the highlight of the India segment of the trip, and that being the Taj Mahal. Now, obviously, everyone knows this. Everyone knows the Taj Mahal, right? And we were going there. Now, all of us, my family that went there, were my cousins, their parents, and my grandparents. Now, they were going on a separate day, and we, since we had never been to India, we went the day before them, or a couple of days before them. And when we went to Dubai, it was only my immediate family and my two cousins. So that's just it's just more information. Okay, it's not helpful to you in any way, but I'm just telling you. So we were going to the Taj Mahal, and immediately before we even got into the place, we got this amazing image in front of us. This was the most amazing thing I think I've ever seen in my life. This is the coolest monkey to ever exist. But guys, the reason why I say that this was the highlight is because many of you know of my OCD, mainly with symmetrical things. I love having everything symmetrical. If someone punches me on this shoulder, I punch myself with the same magnitude on the other shoulder in the same spot. And holy shit, seeing a perfectly symmetrical structure made me the happiest man alive. I was smiling the entire time because there is a line that goes from the entrance all the way to the Taj, like through the water and through the Taj, and basically everything is symmetrical.
I mean, look at this.
So this is the symmetry.
Completely symmetrical. It lines up with that. Oh,
And to the
amazing.
There's only one thing that is not symmetrical, and that is one of the coffins. I don't know if it's the guy that built the Taj Mahal, I can't really remember. But everything is symmetrical, everything is perfectly symmetrical, and I absolutely loved it. It was literally my structure. It's my favorite, I'd say my favorite landmark in the world, and purely because of that, because it is literally the exact same on both sides. And the best thing about it was, I don't know if it was well, it wouldn't have been a church, but it was like a mosque or something. There was a building on the one side, and the guy that built the Taj, I think, had the same building built on the other side, purely to make it symmetrical. And I absolutely love that. Okay, so yes, obviously, I may have gotten my facts wrong with who the people were, but the point is, it's symmetrical. That's all that matters. Thank you, Taj Mahal, for existing, and I absolutely love this.
It's so far away. Holy shit. It's amazing. Because it looks so close from that entrance. Now it's all the way over there. I respect that this dude built another mosque just for it to be symmetrical. That is brilliant. Something I would do. Holy moly, what a beautiful, beautiful building. Oh, look at it.
But point used on that chisel is a diamond.
Oh, they
because it is a hard-
chiseled all this
And
stuff.
slowly they get out by the small hammer.
Oh my
In this
God.
building, 1.5 inches deep make a socket. And after that, they get the raw pieces of jamstone. They have a wheel hand grinder. They get the shape by the wheel hand grinder and fix it inside the socket by the special glue. This time we have a super glue, right? But still they are not using any kind of super glue. They are using the same technologies glue 400 year back using Taj Mahal. 28 or 30 things in this recipe, all the natural things like honeycomb, rice seed, chakri, mud, tree gum, sugarcane juice, curd, milk, that's all things. After 2 or 3 days after the dry, 400 year back till now, no new construction, no new renovation in this building
Oh
as it is.
my god.
But then the drive back, oh my god. Look, I don't remember exactly how long the drive was getting to the Taj. But actually, I just realized I can check here. It was 3.5 hours, the drive from the hotel to there. And then the drive back to the hotel was like 4.5 hours, because obviously of all the traffic in India, especially at night. And considering that, the roads are packed 24/7, and that the cars are loaded like taxis, the taxis are loaded like buses, and the buses are loaded like trains. We move at a snail's pace.
That's a thing.
And before you say that that's offensive, the drivers told us, okay? We had like the coolest driver who just took us from the hotel there and back. He was the best dude in the world. So yeah, there was that. Plus, I really wanted a ring because my grandfather is just so freaking cool. He has this cool gold ring, and I was like, you know what? I want a ring. And we ended up going to like the markets and stuff, and unfortunately never found a gold one, but I mean at least I got like a ring. Okay, it's better than nothing. And even though I don't wear this is the first time I put this on, I think, since I got it on this trip. It's, you know, something. At least I got something from India that wasn't, you know, Batman. We then saw the gate of India, the gate of India, and I was immediately really confused because obviously it really reminded me of another structure which I really, really love in Paris. Why is it here? Why is the Arc de Triomphe here? And obviously, you know, I mean, I assume it's meant to look like that. I don't really understand why the two structures look so similar. Actually, no, I'll probably do research after this video.
So very much like the Arc de Triomphe, you need to go under the subway in order to cross the road. So yeah, Arc de Triomphe definitely copied the Gate of India in many, many ways. I mean, look at this, man. Whew. Definitely smaller than the Arc de Triomphe, but again, I think that came second. So, whew. Wearing a mask, that's why it kind of sounds muffled. My grandmother has photobombed the school. Oh my god! What the hell? Oh lord! They are so dumb. So dumb. And this is the front. Yeah, it's telling the story of the war and stuff. And on this side, they have all the names of the people, of the soldiers. That's really cool. Although it is a tiny structure, looking at it now.
But yeah, this was really cool to see, and seeing everyone just take photos of this thing, seeing all the names, you know, on the wall, all the people that gave their lives. It was really, really interesting to look at. And of course, you know, I like history and stuff like that. But yeah, this was a really cool place to go on the 9th.
And this is the Gate of India, which looks suspiciously like the Arc de Triomphe. Huh. I don't know which one came first. Oh your god, there's an entire essay at the top there. It doesn't just say India. There's like literally an essay. Oh my god. I have absolutely no idea who this man is, or who he was. Although I'm sure he serves some sort of purpose, considering he got a statue. What a good boy. I won that one. Oh, birdies. I'm such a child.
And then for the rest of the day, you know, we sort of just walked around, and I ended up drinking. It wasn't coconut. Was it coconut? I don't even remember. We drank something, some fruit, and I mean that was cool. There was a tech store, and I was like, you know what? Let's see how much the PS5 is, because they had like the PS5 like in front of the windows. So I just walked there, and I saw it was the same price as here. I was like, oh shit. Got a haircut. So yeah, there was that, and shaved, and then the next day, the 10th of July, 10th of January. We went to the airport to go from Delhi to Dubai. Boys, I can't tell you how cold it was. I don't feel cold. I never feel cold. Hell, I'm wearing this now in summer. I'll be wearing the same thing in winter. Okay, it was so cold there, and I would say I loved it. I loved it, except for when I was standing outside the airport in the queue to get in.
We are currently at the airport to go to Dubai. It is fucking freezing. I mean, you can't really see from here, but it's so misty.
But this was just, it was so good. Finally having that excitement of being like, yes, we're going to Dubai, because obviously that is such a famous city. It's such a gorgeous city, and you know, I've been doing so, like, before we left, I was like, places to get Transformers in Dubai. So of course I had a list of places to go. But you know, India wasn't done with us yet. There was one surprise that India had before we left, and that was a Domino's. I don't know if it was all of South Africa, but in, you know, my province anyway, Domino's just completely vanished, and it really does suck. But I think there's like a express opening up in a mall, clear to me, that was close and near combined, near to me. And I mean, that's just really, really cool. But obviously at the time I was like, oh my god, I haven't had Domino's in like 5 years. I have to get this. So that was good. And then, you know, we had the flight. And, you know, honestly, for the day, we just sort of went there. We were just sort of chilling in our hotel room. We went to like the roof level or whatever it was. And we were just looking out on the city, and holy shit, guys, Dubai is like the most beautiful place in the world. It is so freaking gorgeous. And I mean, just look at this. Look at that. That's like an evening.
Why is that building like that? 0561179799 and 0505510188. What the hell is that meant to be? That is so stupid. That is 19 kilometers away. Damn. I have a very difficult question for you. You prefer Rishikesh or Dubai?
That is a tough one. To live 100% Dubai. To visit Rishikesh. You?
Cool. Oh no, Rishikesh is better in every way.
Oh, okay.
Especially the roads. Only 1.6 rookie numbers. All about it when I'm copyrighted. Ah, beautiful. Yep, that's Dubai. Oh, that is crazy. There's a swimming pool. There's a swimming pool. There's a traffic circle.
So that was cool. And then, you know, we went on like a boat ride, or not a cruise, but like, you know, this is a little boat ride, and it was freaking awesome. It really, really was.
That's the tallest Ferris wheel in the world. Almost as tall as the Eiffel Tower. Actually, wait, I think it's taller. Wow. Beautiful.
Own city by the sea, and a great place to relax and hang out.
It's a beautiful city. It really, really is. Gorgeous, man. Look at the lights. The camera doesn't do it justice. It really, really doesn't. Wow.
Boat, and we don't want to lose any of you. On that note, please be aware that swimming is not permitted during this trip. Finally, during the tour, just remember the captain is in charge, and although the crew are here to serve, they are here first and foremost to keep you safe. So please do respect and comply with any commands given. If you have any further questions on the safety...
Good enough. We're off to board the yacht, and there's a phone that was in my way. Cool.
So yeah, I like, even first night of Dubai, I was like, dude, this is literally the complete opposite of India. This is insane. So yeah, of course my excitement was at an all-time high, and I just love this place. Then on the 11th of July, this was obviously, you know, our first morning in Dubai, and we were driving somewhere, and I just passed this like accessories place which just blatantly ripped off the Metallica logo. But where we ended up going was quad biking in the desert. And then, you know, after that, we basically spent that whole time in the desert. You know, after the quad biking, we went to this little place where they had like performances and stuff. It was obviously like outside stuff. There was a fire. There was, you know, there was like not an eagle. It was some bird that you could like take a picture with. And we could ride camels, and you know, despite me being the size of a fucking elephant, I was able to ride the camel, and it was a very scary experience, like when the camel stood up and when it sat down. And honestly, obviously, you know, I really love animals, so seeing them sort of kept like this and being used like this does really, really hurt. And obviously, you know, it hurt here, but I think it did hurt more in India, because there were people obviously on the bridges and stuff selling stuff, and they had these little birds kept in these tiny cages, and it really just made me so pissed off. And I just tried to tune it out, because obviously if there's one thing I can't stand, it is animal cruelty. And then on the 12th of January, we ended up going somewhere where I now realize how lucky I was to go, and that was Ferrari World. This is obviously this is a very famous place, of course, and at the time I didn't really give a shit about it. And of course now I'm sort of in my Drive to Survive era. Okay, I'm on like season 4, 5, something like that, 5. And obviously at the time I didn't give a shit about cars. I didn't give a shit about racing. Why would I care about going to Ferrari World? And I just sort of went there because obviously my sister absolutely loves F1. She loves it. She loves Ferrari. So of course, going here was like her dream, right? So that was really cool.
Cool. I mean, I would have preferred to have gone to Warner Brothers. I'm not really a Ferrari guy, but I don't know. Who knows? This is either going to be awesome or I'm going to be bored as hell, and I'm probably going to be the former. So, yeah, this is this is a big park.
And ultimately, what came out of Ferrari World is a lot of pain and suffering for me. So obviously one thing that Ferrari World is known for is having the fastest roller coaster in the world. And I have never been on a roller coaster in my life. I've always been too scared to do it. And you know, there's one thing that I hate is heights. So, you know, putting me on loop-de-loops, that is not something that I'm excited to do. And of course my sister was going to do it. My cousins were going to do it, which I think they did it before. And I was like, no, not doing it. And then things changed. So basically, when I got there, I took a picture of, obviously, you know, the Ferrari World thing, and I put it on my Instagram story. Now, unfortunately, that proved to be my undoing, because one of my very, very good friends who had been there told me to do it. And I didn't ask, I didn't put on the story like, should I do the roller coaster or whatever. My cousins and sister were literally at the desk booking their, you know, they were literally paying for it, and were about to pay for it. And this person messages me saying, oh, you've got to try the roller coaster. And I was like, come on, man, why are you doing this to me? But ultimately, you know, given the timing of it all, I was like, you know what? It must be, like, life is doing this for a reason, you know. There's no way that someone would tell me to do it at this exact moment. So I was like, you know what? I'll bite the bullet. I'll do it. And my first roller coaster ended up being the fastest roller coaster in the world, and it was something else.
I've never been on a roller coaster. I've never been on one. And the first one I'm going on is the fastest in the world. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking die. I mean, I watched Final Destination 3. I saw how that went. Meaning that this video is probably not gonna be uploaded because I'll be dying. Oh my god. Fantastic. So?
Amazing. My head's a bit sore, that's but that's just old age.
Wow. How was it?
Amazing. I'm a bit shaky, but I'm fine.
Must be like him, old age. Yeah. I didn't make a single noise. Very proud of myself. That was awesome.
The thing is, despite my face at the beginning of the video, I seem really happy throughout it, like through my initial, like, just getting off, because I was like, oh, you know, that was awesome. It wasn't awesome. It wasn't. It was painful. And, you know, obviously I refused to close my eyes, because what's the point in, you know, paying to go to this roller coaster and closing your eyes? So I was like, you know what? Even though I'm terrified, I'm going to keep my eyes open. So I did that. And I just held on, and every time we switched, I was just trying to force myself up or down. So it was an experience. It really, really was. And you know, the moment that I got into the thing and the seatbelt wouldn't extend, I started panicking. I was like, oh my god, I'm too big. Oh my god. But no, obviously it went on. And the moment that it moved, I just got hit with a wave of regret, because I had never been so terrified in my life. But honestly, as soon as we did the first loop or the first turn or whatever it was, I was like, oh my god, just survive, Shavi, please, just do it. And you know, thankfully I did make it. You know, well, not for you. That means you guys still have to watch my videos. Then after Ferrari World, we ended up going to Warner Brothers. Now, between the roller coaster and going to Warner Brothers, something very, very, very unfortunate happened, and that is outside of Ferrari World, or at least, you know, just outside the entrance, they obviously have a lot of, you know, screens and stuff, advertising stuff. Guys, Hans Zimmer was having a live concert. And obviously, you know, as a movie fan, Hans Zimmer is probably my favorite composer ever. He is just absolutely phenomenal. And I think that he is just amazing. He truly, truly is. He's done some of the most iconic scores in all of film history. And there really is just there's no like justifying why you wouldn't go. The only reason why I didn't go is because I couldn't go. So yeah, that sucked. But the cool thing was, at least we got to go to Warner Brothers. So of course, you know, Tom and Jerry, DC, Looney Tunes, it was just awesome. So of course, you know, like both, of course, obviously I love Batman, right? So seeing the Batman stuff and seeing the Boomerang stuff, it really was just two conflicting things. Because of course, Batman, I love Batman, mainly his villains. I think that everything there is so cool. But seeing things like Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, it just made me feel like a child again. And it was just so cool, man. It was really, really awesome seeing all of the people in the costumes and stuff. I think my favorite one was the Riddler. I think that the Riddler was really, really good, especially considering that I nearly got his riddle.
Oh, you're great. Catwoman, help me sleep. What have you been up to? Is this your partner in crime? Oh, and you brought donations. I appreciate it. You have a full-time job, so it's not wrong. We haven't had to see each other, right? Well, New Year's resolution, abstain from the bathroom. Would you like to remember? This one is always never again. The future! And your future has led you to me! You're welcome! Let's take a quick shot. My partner, Brian!
I then proceeded to call him Edward Nigma, and he told me to basically shut up. We're at Warner Brothers! Oh my god! Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and what the hell is this? What? Oh, the coyote. Oh my god, the coyote. Oh my god, Batman! Batman, I love Batman. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is so cool. Dynamite Gulch. Oh my. Oh, our bright spark, the coyote. Oh, there's restrooms. I like how in the middle of the gulch there's just like, yeah, there's toilets, guys. This is awesome. Oh, look how dark Gotham is. So cool. Oh, Gotham food. The food in Gotham. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Bat-tastic. That's hilarious. It's duck versions of the Justice League. Oh, the Joker. Fun how. It annoys me that the R is flickering. Bro, this is so cool. There's the Riddler's place. Oh, I'm gonna faint. Bro, look at that.
But of course, you know, you can't leave Warner Brothers with having no merchandise, so at least I got these two. You can't get one without the other, okay?
There is fucking Batman and Superman and the Flash. Okay, with Gotham City. Oswald, you son of a bitch. Bro, Gotham is the best. This is the only place I've been to, and this is the best. Holy shit, this is so cool, dude. Well, my phone is about to die. It's on 5%. Goodbye, Warner Brothers. You were amazing. Oh man, that was so cool. Goodbye.
But now we reach the best day ever, and that was the 13th of January. This is basically the last full day that we had here, and the reason why I say that this was the best day is because this was quote-unquote my day, okay? Because the one place that I had heard of while doing my research and stuff in order to look for things, because obviously Dubai is a very, very fancy city, I was like, come on, they've got to have Transformers here, is Comicave. Now, this is a part of not the Dubai Mall, but the Dubai Outlet Mall. And that is a very, very, very interesting place because apparently, on the site anyway, it was labeled as like the biggest pop culture store in the world. And brother. Of course, to get there, we ended up they had like a shuttle, thankfully. You know, in the hotel, they have a thing, like an itinerary that shows that, okay, the shuttle that goes to this place comes at this time. And I ended up like I was like talking to the reception woman of our hotel, which, you know, I'm just going to say, people who say, oh, you know, they're scared of Dubai, oh, everyone's so mean. No, okay, just don't commit any crimes. The people in Dubai were so lovely, and yeah, that was just really, really cool. And then we ended up going there, and I nearly creamed my pants. Guys, they had everything. I mean, just looking at this picture here, they have statues of Superman, of the Predator, of Skeletor, of the Iron Giant, of Magneto. It is literally a geek's dream, because anything you can think of, they have at least something for. And, you know, I wasn't the most confident that they would have Transformers, but, you know, they did have the RoboSen Transformers, and that was obviously absolutely insane. And they had everything sort of, you know, in sections, right? So you had like the Alien and Predator section, like the NECA section, the horror section. Then obviously you had like the Funko Pop section, which I'll get to. Then you had the whole like Marvel Legends thing. You had the Hot Toys. Oh my god! You had the Batman stuff, the DC stuff, the Marvel stuff. It was absolutely insane. I'll put up a bunch of pictures right now. And yeah, it was just absolutely incredible. Truly one of the best experiences I think I've ever had. I was losing my mind. Even just looking here, they have ones of 11. They have a Vecna, the clock from, you know, Stranger Things season 4. I really wish I could have gotten them. Because, you know, obviously, even though season 5 was pretty shit, I love season 4. And to have that one of Vecna, like, floating with the tentacles and stuff, that would have been so sick. They had like an awesome Marvel display, so that was really cool. But yeah, the display was like on another level, because they had, you know, like they had a statue of the scene from Jaws, you know, when the shark jumps, but like, you know, it starts like capsizing the boat. That was awesome. Magneto, Daredevil, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. So yeah, I mean, I'm just honestly just gonna play you a montage of the things.
It's up there. The Dubai Outlet Mall. There it is. On your right. Look at the statues. Batman, Superman. I have no clue what that is. This is the Predator. I mean, it says Predator. And there's the Iron Giant, you uncultured. Oh, that's so cool. There's a bumblebee mask. Okay. This is cool. Okay. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Nice. This. It's Freddy, Jason, and a little bit. It's excitement overload. Holy crap. This is so cool. And Captain America. Oh my god, and look at all the figures. Oh my god. There's that rubbish Predator. The Predator, King Kong, the Iron Giant. Oh my god, Predator 2. Bro, this is the Xenomorph. This is my store. This is my store, and of course, Transformers. This is like there's not much Transformers. I'll be honest, I don't really mind, but these are the RoboSen. That's the Rise of the Beast Prime, and the Grimlock and Optimus. And these are the self-transforming ones. Yeah, you literally say, Optimus, transform, and then he transforms. Oh my god, it's just so unbelievably amazing and cool. Pinhead. Oh my god, I'm out of breath, dude. This is so cool. I mean, I don't really know what half of these are, but god damn, this is so unbelievably awesome. There's Freddy, there's Jason, there's the Crow, there's Leatherface. It's amazing. It really is. Please come to Comicave if you're ever in Dubai. The store, it is the dream. there's the entire Thanos section. Choice. This is Kraven the Hunter. He is basically yes, he got a really shitty Spider-Man spin-off movie like Madam Web. This is Black Widow. That's from the Black Widow movie. I don't know who that is. Yeah. Oh my god, this is cool. Bro, there's Michael Keaton's Batman and the Joker from The Killing Joke. And the Flash. Oh my god. What? I'm sorry, I'm not recording much, but I'm way too excited, dude. Holy shit. Okay, I've just made the most expensive purchase of my entire freaking life, but god damn it, I don't care. The store is the coolest thing in the entire world. Oh my god, look at all of this stuff, dude. Oh my god. I love it. I love it so much, man. Holy shit. Anyone who loves superheroes, who loves just action movies in general, Star Wars, this is the store, man. This is the store. I'm sick and I'm still recording this. Bro, it doesn't get better than this, man. I'm telling you. This is the coolest thing in the entire world. I've never been happier. God, there's so much stuff all over the place. Dude, this is insane. There's so many Hot Toys things. There's She-Hulk. Okay, who cares about She-Hulk? Bro, look at this. It's so cool. There's Black Cat. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that's Green Goblin. Oh my god. Dude, this store is like a comic book fan's dream. Holy shit. It's so cool. And we gotta talk about the best part. Look at it. It's a Godzilla. It's Iron Man suits. It's I forgot his name. Sauron from Lord. It is Lord of the Rings, I think. Yeah. And there's like the helmets and stuff for Transformers. Oh my god. Yes. Emma Frost and Rogue and Magneto and what looks like to be an organic version of the villain from Monsters Inc. Bro, it's so cool. Holy shit. Thanos! Just cry. Look at it. Oh my god, that is so cool. That's awesome.
But then that leads into the Funko Pop section, which really took up most of what I bought. Of course, what I did get from there was the NECA alien. It's like an alien from some video game. It was an alien, you know, xenomorph. We had the Predator from some like comic or video game, whatever it was. I just got it because it was a big Predator. That wasn't the stupid one from the Predator. And then as far as Funko Pops go, I mean, I got a decent amount. I got the Unicron, which was ridiculous because obviously, you know, I love Transformers, and you know, in these stores, anytime there's a jumbo Funko Pop, I think apart from the Joker, which I got 2024 for Christmas, apart from that one, the only ones I've ever seen were these stupid Pokemon things. So yeah, I didn't really bother. I just looked at the top, I saw like some Pokemon, I was like, who cares? I was about to take my stuff to my mom and be like, right, this is what I want. And I looked up and I saw a row of like 6 Unicrons, and my mind broke because my mind just immediately went, how would this even fit in the how would this fit in the suitcase? Because it's too big to take and carry on. It's too, you know, I felt like it was too big to buy and put in the suitcases. So I was like, I can't get this, and my heart breaks because I really, really, really want this Unicron, but I can't have it because it's so freaking big. But thankfully, my mom and sister knew that women do a lot of clothes shopping. So back in Delhi, they bought 2 suitcases, and they were big suitcases. And due to my sister's amazing packing, we actually managed to get Unicron in the suitcase while also cushioning him with some of my clothes. So that was amazing. I'm so happy I managed to get Unicron. I got like the OG Godzilla. I got M'Baku. Obviously M'Baku is freaking awesome. And what else did I get? I got Scooby-Doo, but I gave that one to my sister. So that was just awesome, dude. That was so cool. Then after this amazing stop, which, you know, really just broke my brain because that was just so awesome. Obviously, as a movie fan, to see all this different stuff, it was just phenomenal. So there was that. Then we ended up going to like this big flower place, which obviously, you know, wasn't for me. I was just sort of walking around carrying these big ass bags for all the stuff that I got. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of cool. That's really all it is. It's just, you know, it's cool looking flowers. For me, not really much.
Yeah, we're at the flower garden, and this is definitely a lot less interesting than the Comicave, if I'm gonna be honest. Looks cool, but yeah, I prefer the Comicave. Brother, that is Bumblebee. Look at it, dude. It's B. That's cool. Close it off, man. That's awesome.
But then we ended up going to the thing that I was probably most excited for, apart from this Comicave, and that was the Dubai Mall. Not the outlet mall, the Dubai Mall. Because obviously this is a huge mall. It is absolutely massive. And there was no way that we were going to be able to finish all 3 floors just in the afternoon. I'm looking here. This was, you know, at like 2:45. There's no way we were going to be able to do it. So unfortunately, you know, we were very ambitious that day, but we didn't really get to do much. And ultimately, my God, obviously if we ever go there again, which I would love to, I think that we will probably just give an entire day to the mall, because that was freaking awesome. You know, they have a freaking fish tank, bro. They have a giant ass fish tank.
Dubai Mall.
I think that's a nurse shop. I think. And that is a sword shop. That's cool.
Then in the Dubai Mall, there is a Hamleys. Now, the Hamleys is something that I really want to talk about, because this Hamleys is possibly one of, if not the biggest toy shop I've ever been to, because there are things here which are just insane. The Funko Pop / collectibles, like, there is no section to this to this shop. It is purely based on what kind of figure it is. Like, all the Funko Pops are just in the one section, all the collectibles are in the one section, all the McFarlane toys, and like, it sounds like, the way I'm describing it, it sounds organized. Trust me, it's not. All the, like, for DC, all the kids stuff and all the collectible stuff are along the same shelves. That is it. So there was that. I mean, the Funko Pop section was just so beautiful to look at, man.
This is like the biggest mall ever. And I'm pretty sure it's a Ragged Tooth shark. Oh my. Holy shit. What? Whoa. Oh, that's cool. Dude, look at all the sharks and the fish. That's so cool. Wow. Oh my god, it's a big dude. This is honestly just beautiful. I mean, I'm not recording anything of the actual mall. I'm just gonna wait until we get into like Hamleys or whatever, you know, somewhere where I could maybe get a transformer. But as of right now, I feel like the aquarium is the thing that's most record worthy so far, because I love marine life, and in fact looking at it now is making me thirsty. But yeah, god damn, it's gorgeous. It really, really is. Dude, look how beautiful it is. I mean, I don't like animals in captivity at all, but I can't deny that it is really beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my god. Hi. This is a gorgeous storm. Oh my god. That is so cool. Come on. There's only one thing I'm looking for. Transformers. Come on, Studio Series. I mean, mainline I guess is good. Is that seriously it? That is okay. No Studio Series, but better stock than South Africa, which is nothing. There's B127 and Alpha Trion. Okay. Yeah, that's, you know, I say, oh, is that it? That's pretty good. I mean, I don't exactly sound excited about it. It's fairly good. Yeah, I mean, it is mostly just kiddie stuff. But now I gotta try and find the dinosaurs. Where would one find the Jurassic sections? Funko Pops. Not what I was looking for, but I will definitely be looking at these, dude. Oh wow. Oh my god, there's so many freaking Funko Pops. Holy shit. So this is like the Disney. And here we have horror. Okay, so Bride of Frankenstein, Reagan, Michael Myers. Then the Jurassic, there's Chucky, Dilophosaurus. At the bottom there's not really anything, to be honest. Interesting, Dracula. There's the giant Heath Ledger's Joker over there. Oh, there's Megatron down there. I mean, I already have Megatron, so that's fine. Arguably a better version of him. There's Laserbeak. I don't know if there's any more mysterious Funko Pops. Oh, there's Superman. I did not even realize that. Galactus. What are these? These are just statues, I guess. Ooh, Batman the Killing Joker. I think that's that must be the same Joker from the one at Comicave. Probably. That's really, really cool. But I'm still looking for the dinosaurs. Where would they be? Okay, I found an animal section. All I see is Godzilla. And oh my god, what the fuck is that? Bro, that is a giant Godzilla. Holy fuck. Bro, that is so cool. There's Scar King and Shimo. Alright. So now, the question is, are there... Oh god, there's more. Where's the Jurassic? Where's the Jurassic figures? Or are there none? It doesn't look like there's any. Oh my god, what a disappointment. You are kidding me, man. Really? No Jurassic World figures. What the hell? No.
And you know, as far as the Funko Pops go, there's, you know, of course I got Professor Snape, which, you know, I got this because at this point I think I had watched up until Goblet of Fire. So of course I hadn't come to the point of when Snape, you know, kills Dumbledore. You know, then I looked at my Funko Pop and I was like, I hate you so much. So there was that. But the thing that I ultimately was so excited for over there really disappointed me. Of course, I was looking for Transformers and there was no studio series, but as you can see here, there's a lot of kiddie stuff with some mainline TF1 deluxes. Now, I really did, you know, consider getting the deluxe class Alpha Trion. However, I turned it around and I looked at the price. It is 50 dirhams, which is 1,000 rand, $60 US for that puny figure. At that point I was like, no, like, you know, there's no studio series, nothing. I am not gonna buy any of this stuff. So it really did suck that I couldn't get a Transformer out of this whole thing, but at least I got to see some deluxes after God knows how long. But then after this Hamleys, where, you know, I think I just got a couple Funko Pops, maybe. We ended up going to a place that I really didn't even think existed. So there was obviously a gaming store, right? And I went into this gaming store and I was looking at the Funko Pops and I saw they had a little figure of the Godzilla from Godzilla -1. And I walked out to show my mom. I was like, Mom, come look at this. And all of a sudden they were like, my mom and sister were just screaming at me like, come here. And I just walked and just looked up and I saw that there is a Funko Pop store. Oh my god.
There is a Funko store. Anything to buy. Dude, there's so much everywhere. Oh my god. Dude, look. It's everywhere. It's so cool. Dude. Oh my god. The Predator. There's this entire Stranger Things thing there. Oh my god. There's like blood red ones. What the hell even are half these things, dude? They have an entire horror section. Oh my god, there's Pennywise. More Pennywise, Leatherface, Catherine. I don't know who Catherine is. This is like unbelievably awesome. Goodbye, Funko store. You were amazing while you lasted.
Yeah.
I did. There's the giant Batman. Goodbye, Funko store. You were the best.
Brother, I lost my mind. I absolutely lost my mind. I couldn't believe it. And dude, oh my frick. I would love to go to that store now because there's so many characters that I just know I wouldn't have known at the time. I mean, I'm just looking at this picture now of, you know, I'm taking a picture of the two Predator Funko Pops. I'm looking at the bottom there and I'm seeing Viserys on the Iron Throne. Oh, never mind, that's House of the Dragon. But yeah, obviously, you know, at this point, I just went to the guy and I was like, do you have any Art the Clown Funko Pops? They said no, unfortunately. And you know, I have one, thankfully, my favorite one. And of course I asked, do you have any Doctor Doom ones? And he said no, ever since they announced RDJ's Doctor Doom, all of them got sold out. I was like, you know what, fair, because I was looking for one for that main reason. Then there was this other shop which I honestly didn't even get the name of, and they just had loads of collectible stuff. It was basically like a mini version of Comicave. Lots of hot toys, lots of statues, lots of masks. I mean, I was seeing like Venom, Spider-Man. Of course, they had like a nice big statue of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, which, even though I hated the second movie, first movie damn good. And the Ledger, the Heath Ledger one is just phenomenal. There's even a freaking Henry Cavill bust, so that's awesome. Here we go. I got a nice picture of the haul here. So basically, from Comicave, I got the Xenomorph, I got the Predator, I got Unicron, I got M'Baku, I got Godzilla, and I believe that was it. Then the Dubai Mall, at the Hamleys, I got these Professor Snape and Winston and Ed Warren, obviously. And then in the Funko Pop shop, I got Bane, the Spider-Man / Peter Parker, and that was it. Because I just realized that the Scooby-Doo was also from the Comicave. And then, the 13th unfortunately was done, and the next day we of course had to go home, and that really did suck, especially for me, because the 14th, it was the day that my matric results were released. So look, I was happy I passed. Okay, that's all that matters. I passed. That's it. So there was that. And then, of course, we got to go to the other side of the Dubai Mall. And dude, this was ridiculous. They had the most insane jewelry, freaking they had like a little Lego store and stuff. It was ridiculous. Even just random shops. They had like Godzilla and Kong New Empire, like 2-packs and stuff like that. They had like a giant Kong, a giant Scar King, which obviously I would have gotten, but again, very, very expensive and difficult to take on the plane. So didn't bother. They also had a brass camel which you could buy, so that's cool. So yes, that marks it. That is the end. That was the end of the trip. And honestly, as much as I suffered through India, not just because of the environment, because of the amount of clothes shopping that my mum and sister were doing, thank God that my uncle and my cousin was there, because if I was stuck with the females, bro, I would have off myself. So that was really cool. But then obviously the payoff was in Dubai, because I got so much stuff in Dubai, and I couldn't have been more grateful for it, truly. It was an experience of a lifetime, and to be honest with you, I think that Dubai is practically a perfect city, apart from obviously the stuff being super expensive and it being super hot, because going from Delhi to Dubai, again, as I said, was night and day, both in terms of the environment and the people, but also in regards to the weather, because of course Dubai is a much warmer city than basically the places that we went to in India. End of the trip. And honestly, as much as I suffered through India, not just because of the environment, because of the amount of clothes shopping that my mum and sister were doing. And of course, I don't like the heat. So Dubai, even though we went there in literally the middle of winter, it was still like 34, 35 degrees Celsius, and the air was just really warm. But regardless, we got, like, before we left, we at least got room service, which one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life. But yeah, I also feel like, given that I've now completed this video, this is now a good time to mention that all of this happened in 2025. Look, I was procrastinating making this video throughout the entirety of 2025, and by the time I made it to like July, August, I was like, right, it's too late, it's pointless now, what's the point? But now, obviously, given that it's like sort of the 1-year anniversary of this whole thing happening, I was like, dude, come on, I've got to do it. So yeah, of course, even though it was it was like a year ago, it's an experience that I will never forget, and I was incredibly grateful to be able to do it, because even though I complained a lot about India, I am still really happy that I was able to go there, able to experience it myself, because of course it is a very, very different place to the rest of the world. And the thing is that because of course people see so many videos of the bad of India, they will never want to go and experience it themselves. So really happy that I got to do that. Of course, extremely happy I got to go to Dubai, and it wasn't as tiring as my school trip back in 2023, but this was really cool. This was a really awesome. So if I was to rank all the places that I've been to, I would put Delhi at the bottom just because of the air and stuff. Then I'd probably say Rishikesh. Great food. I can't deal with that much religiousness. Then I'd say Paris, mainly because the people there are absolute dicks. I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying all the people I spoke to. Then I think I'm gonna have to go with Germany. I really liked Berlin. It was awesome. It really was. Then second, it could be a tie. You could ask me one day, I'll have a different answer. But second, I think I might have to go with Amsterdam. Amsterdam was really cool. It was an amazing place. Everyone was so nice, and of course there's stuff to do there, but I think that Dubai is going to take the cake just because there is so much to do in Dubai. If you go there, you've got to go for like 2 weeks because there's just so much to do. Everyone, that I spoke to, again, is very nice. And it's just such a lovely place. It really is. I love the city, of course. So yeah, Dubai, easily probably the best place I've ever been to. As far as where South Africa lands on that list, I won't talk about it because, of course, I can talk about, it's worse than this place, it's worse than this place. But when I'm in those places, I will want to go home. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sitting through this. God knows how long this video is going to be. Thank you for sitting through it. I hope you enjoyed. And I highly recommend that you guys at least go to Dubai. You may not want to go to India, but definitely go to Dubai, especially if you are a movie fan, purely for Comicave and the mall and stuff. It really is awesome. So yes, that I think is gonna have to wrap it up. If you did somehow enjoy this video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.